1, 2, 3, 4.
I need a.
Your Honor. There are so many amendments.
So that's what's going on.
But I can only choose
I gotta put this back on. Yeah, I can just choose. What?
I choose the 5th. I choose the 5th. You realize that's the lick, son.
1, 2, 3, 4.
5th. Oh man.
Oh,
What did the 5 figures say to the face?
So
Slap.
I'm gonna slide this in there because I know the camera. I hope the camera rolling. And
I doubt it. It ain't. He don't even have it. It
I
ain't
do
plugged
the
in or
sound.
nothing.
I don't see the red.
Yeah, we the little red case that let him know we doing something.
No, we do it for the love. We do it for the golf.
why we here.
Producers try to tell us who are we on. So
we all on. We all
yeah.
live.
So producers, we live, baby. So producers be trying to tell us,
We live.
you know, we want to keep it real, want to go off. Man, I've been reconnecting with cats from the HU.
Bet. Yeah, I have too, actually.
And
It's funny you say that.
shit, going back 20 years.
Damn.
It's crazy about the
Wait, son, it ain't been 20 years, huh?
dub. When you finished? 2000?
I finished the August 2000.
2000. That means you was on Howard campus in 2000.
Yeah, it was August 2000.
You was an RA.
the
in
next year.
2001.
Yeah, when Dino and Jared who came up there.
Period.
Yeah, you're right. I was there already.
Period.
I was there already.
My pa was telling me,
That's
you
crazy.
put Lil Rat King, put him in a tuxedo. He coming up there. I don't know if it was drum major, homecoming,
Yeah, that's what it was.
prom,
I
whatever
came,
it was.
took my
all
portfolio
above.
pictures or whatever.
All
Yeah,
that.
came got the tux for your
Yeah.
daddy. Yep. Speaking
Lil
of,
Rattler coming up
I
there.
think I don't need to get another one now.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's a whole nother discussion.
But so
Rat family is a good thing to have.
let's have a meta moment right quick because what are we in? Damn near a dozen episodes now.
Yeah, we should. We
You
about
know.
about 11.
Lost Citizen.
11. Yes, sir.
Let's do it. So
Go off.
we always try to acknowledge the feedback we've received.
Yes.
Try to
Very
get better
important.
every episode.
Very important.
And he did the feedback.
Right.
So the feedback we receive, I guess we're going into Go Off 2.0 or
Yeah.
Go Off. Look, now that was Jeff.
Yeah. Right.
So it's we really want to, we really do speak to issues primarily political, social,
Right.
and say things that I think not only we are thinking, but a lot
of people
are
thinking, but just don't say.
Nobody want to say.
Just don't say it. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's a go off.
I was just gonna say that's what you
It's
go
a
off.
go off.
That's what you go off about, man.
So, I think we've addressed, even though we are in an undisclosed location in international waters, we've limited
Security is definitely posted.
Yeah,
Definitely
but
posted.
curtailed some of the issues that may be noteworthy.
Right.
I think now we can move into a space where let's try to soften
The
the
approach
language,
a little bit. Yeah.
not the approach.
Yeah,
No, I'm
it
still
is.
about to go off.
It is, but I mean, if you in any way tone down the go off, you're toning down the approach because
Yeah, it just
we have already discussed the terms that most go offs begin and end with. So if we not go, if we go,
And I had to catch myself
If we
because I was definitely just about to.
like I'm saying,
Use some of those terms.
we already established how most go offs begin and end, and if we go try to tailor or contour how we get into and exit the go-offs, then our approach is going to be just a little bit more rounded.
So I'm gonna say this the first episode.
Yeah.
And
It's new.
let's walk the line because
It's new.
Again, I really feel like a lot of people who listen to support the show,
Right.
The show resonates with, they use the kind of language that we
Right.
use.
They understand the place that the emotion comes from.
They got
I get
kids.
it.
They got jobs.
I
they
will
got
concede. I'll
careers.
concede all of
They
that.
got all that. So
will
they
concede all of
can't
that.
really, really go off. But that's why we here to go off.
Right. But I think that the conversation that was to be had about penetrating audiences that, may not find all of the language to be completely palatable.
Let's
So
go.
we are
But-
that's why we're not completely shifting away from, but in a more immediate terms, trying to make some adjustments that makes it easier for certain audiences to digest our content. So here we go. Good shit,
Yeah,
man.
I do this.
Yeah,
I
Woo
do
got
this.
the
So, Woo is out.
Who got the whole
And I do this.
laser arm,
Yeah.
eye of the tiger looking ass.
But for real though, dog. So I'm not gonna say I'm torn. It's just I want to call it out.
Right.
And it's a growth area.
Right.
We know how we ended the last show.
Just understand.
And I'm not backing down from that at all.
It's understood.
Google don't even know who you are. Still. Let me put that in the street.
It took a little bit of further research, post production, but we came up with an answer. But
Google
still
does
doesn't.
not know who
We
you
came
are.
up with an answer in our post production research, but Google still to this day, as of Showtime and our undisclosed location, Google still has no idea.
Nobody.
Well, that's not true. Google has an idea. It's just the incorrect answer.
So we are getting into we in full fledged. Like I think early voting is shut down already
It's
for
over,
local
son.
election
It's over.
season, and now it's go time.
Yeah, well, it's game time this
Saturday,
weekend.
yeah,
It's game time this weekend.
it is. So I want to pause one more minute and national politics, right? And it goes.
I got to sip my ginger ale on
Man.
that one. National politics.
So I look at all of the outlets. I try to, and they had a story about random white man, U.S. representative. He then did and published and tweeted out a video.
An animated video of him
Yeah.
assaulting one.
Killing somebody.
Right.
Killing
No.
a
Assaulting the
congressman.
president and killing the congresswoman. Yeah. And his face superimposed on the heroine in this.
You give the
this
color
anime.
because I'm about to go off.
Well, I'm just
Please-
saying, but
please catch the people up.
it is.
Catch the people up, please.
I forget the gentleman's name.
Go Sar. Go Law.
Paul Gosar.
White supremacist.
Yeah,
small.
I was.
Yeah, see, I'm about to go. See, I can't help myself.
So
I can't help myself because when we talked about last show, right? The squad went off, right? And they went off. Like
all right.
petty, resonate with, like really call this nigga, really call again. They called him out and they went hard.
If that's the game you want to play, you
That's the
can't
ga-
get mad when the game get played. That's all I'm saying.
So not all of them.
And you
when it's
find out
hard,
somebody is better at playing the game
Exactly.
than you.
Not everybody when it's hard is AOC, but I respect her.
But I'm saying though, if I'm the intended target of your violence, my go off is gonna rise to a level that's gonna match the disrespect that you levied against me with your autistic expression.
But
so
then Pelosi come with the.
that was the worst statement ever.
We-
Man,
See?
like that. See, but so
Exactly.
that is
Exactly
what I
I'm
call
talking about.
what I call
That's exactly
a 40.
what I'm
That's what I
talking
call a 44ism. That is
That's
That's a whole bunch of words tossed together in a salad that all together don't amount to what my grandfather called a wooden nickel. All right? So all that mouth yabbing and pen scribbling that you and your staff, congressional...
What you investigating? Me and you just investigated the shit.
But then
I could go to his Instagram page
and watch
right
it and
now.
watch the video
right now.
But she says that violence against congresspersons and the president will not be tolerated. Well, what is
I could
what does
go
it look like?
to
What does that
the
look like?
page right now. What you investigating? What you investigate? And not even you actually investigate. You calling for an investigation.
She's the speaker. So
You calling for an investigation.
Can't she impose her own disciplinary actions? I mean, what is leadership if
But
you
I'm
have
not
no
supposed to use-
if you have no way to maintain order in the ranks? What's leadership? What are you doing?
But I'm not supposed to use the language that everybody know. Everybody will use to describe this kind of behavior. They won't tell me, oh, well, yeah, we trying to, so it's more So I'm a speak. We going to NO status now. I'm done with everybody know how I feel about national politics.
Yeah.
We going to NO status.
Yeah.
So in the NO, the early voting, positive numbers. Is a higher turnout with the early voting than what cats thought. And there's a lot of every NO spot up for grabs. Not the state legislature representatives, but
Council seats.
NO.
Yeah.
The mayor, the council.
Yeah.
And they got 4 constitutional amendments. Now, I'm going to go hard on those because I did my research. I got to talk. So, locally, the NO got a pop Saturday.
All right.
But it's been hounds who shut down all of the confusion. Cantrell not going back and forth with y'all. She's not going back and forth. There is no competition. There's no competition.
That's true.
It's to the point where I was like,
no realistic competition.
Noonan,
like,
man, you should have went ahead and run against Moreno. I would have gave you maybe a look. But Cantrell ain't going back and forth.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man.
I mean, people got to look at realistic prospects, man. I mean, who...
Realistic grade. The only thing they trying to hold over our head is moving City Hall to...
But she just said that's
to
water.
Armstrong
But she
Park.
just said that's water under the bridge. That's a dead issue. So don't even talk about
killed it on her. And I feel her as somebody not from here, just trying to play a real estate deal.
Yeah, which could have potentially had a little financial windfall for the city and all of that stuff.
It
You know what I
was
mean?
never
Like,
to shake. Anybody from the NO was like, nah, you wildin'. But she saw a chance, she had to take it. She saw a chance.
There's a cultural piece there that I think might have kind of
I'm going
been
all the
missed a
way
little
back
bit, but
to Big Play Ray and Bobby Jindal. Like, why ain't Charity City Hall? Why ain't Charity City Hall, the Civil District? Because that was on the table.
why ain't charity?
Why ain't Charity anything?
That's what I mean. Like it's a hospital. That's what what the building was designed and intended and its use was.
I don't hate on that because UMC is out here.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, but to this day, Charity is still one of the most structurally sound buildings in the city.
Period.
To this day.
I get it.
To this day. So even in the interest of creating a teaching hospital, I get it. Why not at the very least you use some part of that facility that has such long-standing traditions in the city and is structurally sound in this city, bro?
I'm not
that shit. I don't know.
I'm not as much sold on the historical import. What I'm saying is UMC and the VA dawn status. I don't really hear no complaints about. I didn't been to UMC.
I have to.
and like for some situations. And UMC the shake. We not sure. So even growing up, and like you harkening back to charity,
I worked at charity.
Number one trauma center.
Like I'm saying,
In-
I was in the emergency room when the
Yeah.
Mother's Day bus thing flipped over. So you ain't about to
Yeah.
tell me that they did not handle that shit.
But that's UMC right now.
Son,
That's
I
UMC though.
don't know, son.
But
I
that-
mean, like,
as
look.
somebody who
So if we speaking strictly on the, the advances in medical technology, medical procedures, medical, studies, all that. Okay, well, like you can't compare then to now.
yeah, you can.
Nah, you can't.
Getting shot, dog. Not as many people dying. That's real. That's facts. That's facts, dog. A lot of cats still getting shot. Not as many people dying. That's facts.
But Dave, that's not the only thing that the center treated. That's gunshots want the bulk of
I feel you.
the traumas that the center dealt with.
My
You know what I'm saying?
grandmother,
So
bless her heart, she had palliative end of life care at charity. It felt like New Orleans, but she died at 65 from diabetes. That ain't about to happen at UNC. That ain't about to happen. It ain't. And it definitely ain't about to happen at the VA.
as long as this is a practice, that ain't something I just feel like you could stake your flag in another place.
I'm
man.
not trying to stake a flag. I'm just saying, better, worse, right or wrong. You got UMC and you got the VA.
Right.
Charity is nothing right now. That
It is
vacant.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like a
it's an
film
eyesore.
studio.
It's an eyesore.
It's a film studio
It's an
right now.
eyesore.
And so are those buildings in Armstrong Park. So
True.
she saw a chance, she got to take it. I feel like Big Play Ray and Bobby Jindal missed a golden chance with charity. But they worked out the UMC deal. And my question is, okay, what's the long-term horizon for both of those properties? We've been talking about Jazzland, Garden Plaza, those type of areas. But this is prime real estate downtown, both of them.
Right.
And there is nothing happening right now. It's a lot of internal division. So when we talk about the internal division, let's get to the local races. Cantrell, we talked about where she stand on. I don't even remember her stance when she was on the council about the charity situation. I don't even feel like she could have been involved because Big Play Ray and Mitch,
I don't think I heard
they
anything
was
from her.
playing high level with Bobby. Like, no, that don't have nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
So
They moved a whole lot of people for that motherfucker to
recently,
be.
like
to
she
be
had her
built, though.
issues with the real estate in the city. It is what it is. She's straight. She gonna win.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Now-
That's. I think that's
let's
that's a done
dive
deal.
in.
I think that's definitely a done deal.
We could dive into the district races, but I want to talk about the at-large. So you want to start with the district and you want to start with the at-large?
Don't matter to me to jump in. Shit. I mean,
So I'm going to go with the district.
probably where you got your contention at anyway. So yeah.
Every I don't know. So Jay Banks.
I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna abstain from that discussion. I'm gonna abstain from that.
Again, I don't live in District 8.
Yeah.
And I don't really have no dog in that fight.
Yeah.
He seemed to think,
I'm in B for a couple more days, so fuck it.
and no, that's Giarusso. That's Lakeview in them. A is Giarusso in them.
Yeah, B is
Banks.
Jay Banks.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's put A.
Yeah.
So I looked at A. He got name recognition, Giarusso. That's Lakeview and all of that. They gonna like it's
They go do what they do out
Yeah,
there.
they got somebody running on the anti-vaccine platform. Like, that can't be more
no
stupid.
mask, no vaccine cards. The
I don't
first day
even-
of school.
That's y'all fight.
I done
Y'all
see-
hash that out.
I've seen those ads. That
B
was
is Jay
hilarious.
Banks in them.
Yeah, man.
So Banks, he feel like Zulu is enough clout. That's not my dog to fight. I'ma talk about C, D, and E, but I
ain't got nothing.
that's the general.
I ain't
That's
got nothing on that.
7011.
Yeah,
I can't see.
I'm gonna leave that J Banks conversation alone, man. That's you know, I know him personally. You know, I know him both through his work at the Y. You know, we was working at CCRA, and working at Ceasefire and through Zulu, right? So, yeah, I'm gonna let the chips fall where they may. I got no comment.
I mean, I feel you. I'ma just say, let me pull up my
Cause I mean they cutting up. They cutting up with the ads and
everybody going.
Yeah, they cutting up.
That's why I've been saying let's just get the districts out the way.
The push notifications, like it's off the chain right now.
Let's get the districts out the way so we
chain.
can get to the at-large status. So let me scroll down to B.
The last discussion.
Because B got a ton of people running. Oh, dude, they hit me with the sheriff and everything. Yeah, see, it's go off time. So, let's see. So A.G. Russo, B is J Banks. So I just saw the ad for Leslie Harris.
I don't think I've seen an ad for her.
Is a well produced ad. It's late in the season, so it's like she didn't really have enough cheese to be running all kind of stuff, and I didn't even really see her like yard signs and stuff. Like, I don't know.
Now I have seen,
but that's not my
yard
fight.
signs, but I haven't seen any campaign ads from her though. But
so Jay Banks feel like Zulu and New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Foundation is enough. I work for Dorothy May Taylor and James Singleton. I feel like that's enough. So that's how you feel. District C. Everybody knew in District C. Fred King on the West Bank.
Yeah, see, I
don't know nobody else.
I got no comment about the West Bank. I know
none.
I don't know anything about the West Bank.
Nobody's really well financed.
All thing I know about the West Bank is where the new car is.
That's it.
New car high school. That's all thing I know.
Yeah,
Bank, so.
And that's what his law firm is. I don't even know, like, what is District C?
Let's map it out. Let's see. Let's see.
Because District D is where I'm at. Gentilly. Same Rock, what they call it, New Marini. Yeah. So diverse. I'm going with Glover.
Troy.
Yeah.
So I think that's let me see. I think that would be.
Yeah, he been thugging. We moved to St. Rock right when I say a few years before.
So he's active in the community, bro. So I mean that, so let's see. C is a little bit of what's that? Canal
Fifth,
to
sixth,
Claiborne, Robertson, a little bit across the river, like little Algiers action.
See? Yeah, that's what
like.
he said his law firm is.
Yeah. Yeah. But ain't that where you at? So what's that?
It's Jefferson Parish. That's not.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. He deep out here.
The folks though.
So then I look at D. That's where I'm at. They had 13 people. And like I said, I'm with Troy Glover.
So I'm always with young progressive leadership.
Yeah.
When it's a young brother who's been active in advancing community issues, and I think he's going to elevate to leadership and not disconnect himself from the people who have kind of informed his platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, if
We
that's the
discussed
prospect,
another candidate.
if that's the prospect, then
We discussed another candidate.
shit, that's it. I
There,
mean,
there is Kevin Griffin Clark.
same thing.
So
You know, extremely passionate.
there will be a new face.
Extremely
in
passionate
District E.
about education issues. You know, hey, look, I love the new breed of energy. I love the young people who have divergent ideas, but at the same time are still connected to some collective community advancement. You know what I mean? And I get the vibe that there is no personal advancement at the core of any of it for these brothers.
Either one.
And that's why it's so
ready to do
refreshing.
it.
That's why it's so refreshing. Like,
ready to do
and they're clear about the level of sacrifice and energy that they're going to have to commit to being great elected officials. And even that elevated sacrifice doesn't push them to feel like I gotta get something out of it. They still want to do good for the
Well, let's
people.
pause because they at that stage in their career, and we're gonna talk about some other races. Where
But I think both of these brothers got principles and morals, and I think both of these brothers are well enough connected to the people that they know if they get out of pocket, they gonna get kicked in the ass.
Let me stretch.
So yeah, and I know both of these brothers
Yes.
from working with one and shit. I'm
me stretch.
working with both of them. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah,
me
I mean,
stretch.
shit, I'm pretty.
I'm excited to see that too. However,
But
we are gonna visit some other races that have candidates that are featuring candidates that have been there 10, 15, 20 years before.
right.
So, my favorite race, because it got my favorite candidate,
OE.
District E.
OE. That OE.
District E.
That OE.
Not only, I'm an East Beast,
All right.
spent all of my formative years in New Orleans East.
All right.
We came from the 8th Ward. I was in District E before the 8th Ward. And then went back to District E for kindergarten and thugging it out till I went to Howard. And I would say one of the most diverse, not even one of the most diverse, the most diverse
Okay.
districts. You got the 9th Ward, you got the Village, you got Eastover, you got Lake Willow, you got the Plaza.
What's left of it?
Yeah. You got Lil Woods.
Mm-hmm.
You got all of that. You got undisclosed location.
Mishu action.
Yeah. Nigga shoot rocket ships out of district. Yeah. District E got rocket ships. Yeah. Don't sleep.
On the interstate too.
Yeah. Like, don't sleep. And the thugginess hood. See, I'm about
Period. Like I said,
politician out the N.O.
all in the interstate too.
She didn't say it. And she caught flack for it. I wish I could do a controlled burn of the blight in the district. Burn it. Real talk. A lot of people in the district feel like that. Period. They got two competing bids. Dog. Not only do they have two competing bids for Jazzland, they got another competing bid for the old Walmart Sam's to do the same thing as Eastover that she advocated for. And Troy Henry involved. which is
So you understand whenever.
always complicated.
Whenever.
But then she trying to stamp her approval on the hotel under the high rise, the Caveman Hotel. Talking about that's finally getting renovated. Renovated to do what? I'm not about to move over there.
Hey man, it's a check, a box to check, man. I got that
All
done.
of this.
I got that done.
But hood though.
It don't matter.
But hood.
We just bellied about the diversity
I'm
of
trying
the
to
district.
tell
So there's a feature. Here's a feature.
Cantrell
Here's a feature.
Level authentic. Like, yeah. Cindy Wynn, Cantrell, Katie Red. That's one ticket. Yeah.
Man.
Hood.
Look.
Hood, son.
But the people who she represent, if you go ask them,
What?
does she make it happen for you?
Yes. Make it happen.
She is.
She saying everything.
She's an elected representative.
No.
So if she represents the people who elected her, she's doing her job.
Everybody,
It don't matter whether you like her or not.
from Our Lady Queen.
It don't matter whether you like her or not.
From Our Lady Queen of Vietnam to Kingswood to
Knocking on somebody's door and saying,
To
hey, are you
old
satisfied
girl.
with what she's done for your community?
To
And
the
they say,
woman
yes, absolutely.
with the taco truck on Caffin and Claiborne. She got all of them. She got all of them. She got all of them.
So it doesn't matter what anybody outside of her district has to say about her or her job performance, because the people who are her constituents are slap happy.
What?
They slap happy. Don't give a
What?
fuck what you got to say. They don't care. It doesn't matter. So in essence, go back to a conversation we had in a previous cast. The objective of being an elected representative is to represent the needs and the desires of the constituents who put you in office.
So
That's why we have a problem with a lot of the represented or the elected officials who represent us, because they get into office and they completely divorce themselves from the people who elected their ass.
So let me talk to you then about a few races I got my eye on. That
I mean,
man,
you're not.
I got it's three. It's so again. We talked about T.D. Current. If she understood that sheriff, them two at large.
Sheriff.
So let me just knock out the two at large right quick, because
That
we're gonna dive in on the
sheriff.
sheriff. We're gonna dive in on the sheriff.
Ooh, that sheriff.
So
They don't want to see that woman.
no. So hold up. Let me peep this first. So
Yeah, man.
people talk about identity politics. People talk about wasting votes by voting for like somebody who don't have a chance to win. So it's two elections.
Wasted for who?
Moreno,
If I vote for who I want for,
I'm vote for Moreno, and I'm gonna tell you why. She putting in her time. You know, she done been out here with young Benson, loose,
right,
room, whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't did it. They didn't. The streets don't owe them nothing.
right,
And she didn't put in her time at the state level, and she didn't put in her time city council.
Right.
She could have ran against Cantrell, but she peeped, I'm gonna wait my turn. And she played it better than Stacey Head played it in the same spot. So I'm gonna go with Moreno, because I feel like, again, she just biding her time. She gonna play it like Mitch.
Call herself
She gonna
checking
slide.
me.
She gonna slide in there.
She gonna send an email to my pops. Call herself checking me. He's sending like, I think she meant this for you. So he's like, what's wrong with you? What is your problem? You don't involve my part in this, and now he gotta come.
So we gonna unpack.
Now he gotta step down from the throne,
Unpack that.
and now he gotta put you put you back where you belong.
Unpack
like
that.
that's just yeah,
So-
but that's elected representation in this city.
And let me pull it up who she running against, because that's part of it too. And I don't really understand how the at-large thing worked. And yeah, how's nobody running against her? At large position 1, Moreno running against Kenneth Cutno. I feel like he's John Penny status at Suno.
Man,
Am I mistaken? With the 4-piece suit?
yeah, I just and the pocket watch with the chain.
With the 4-piece, yeah.
Yeah,
So
man,
if you have not
it's-
seen the 4-piece, so Dr. John Penny out here,
let it go, son.
Suno legend.
Let it go, son.
He will hit you
Next topic.
with the vest and the leisure jacket
See y'all next week.
and
Show's
the
over.
suit jacket
Show's over.
plus the pants.
With the long outer coat.
Yes.
But guess what, though?
Yeah.
Get into a legal discussion with him, and he about to run laps around you.
Yeah.
So, you know.
You know what he's not about to do is win at large.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on. So that's why I'm going with Moreno.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I personally, I will not divulge my affinity for any candidates. As it relates to the race, your body of work in the community, and the benefits that people have directly received as a result of your sacrifice, your input, your sleeve rolling up, that I will absolutely speak to. But my personal political beliefs, y'all ain't getting that.
So
that ain't how this thing goes. Yeah.
So Moreno.
That costs too much.
And then they have the other race. They seem like they got everybody. Well, JP Morrell, Gisloson Palmer, and
Man, I've seen so many signs around the city, uptown, signs that said anybody but her. Like no campaign message for somebody.
yeah.
Just the campaign for not her.
So
And it took me back to anybody but a white man. So,
that's how I feel.
it's just like, but that's that. But look, that is a collective disgust. That is a collective disdain when somebody would rather spend their money to campaign directly against you as opposed to campaigning for someone or for a particular issue. My campaign is not you.
So it's 4 candidates.
You ain't did shit for the people.
Rossett, he had his
Whoa.
issues.
Yeah, I mean, look, hold up. I pray that the brother gets where he needs to be. So we can continue. We just had to lay that out there we pray that the brother gets the help that he needs. So continue.
The 4th person does not even merit mention. He is a clown.
Right.
And so you leave JP Morrell and you leave G Palmer, KGP. So real talk, I'm not having 2 white women as the at-large people.
Not in a city with the population.
No,
Yeah, come on.
I don't care.
Yeah,
No.
population prescribes that we got to at least have some people to.
Greg, it's not even a population prescribed.
Shit.
It's no. I am not, dog. I don't care what the population is.
I do.
Today,
You gonna have somebody that look like me representing me?
I don't care, dog.
Yeah, I'm not giving that up.
So let me be clear.
I gotta have that.
And
I gotta have
people
that.
could call this.
I gotta have that.
People could call it what they want.
Oh, there you go.
What I'm saying is, dog,
I gotta have that.
I can't have that.
I understand what you're saying, Dave.
It don't matter.
But what I'm saying is government is supposed to be representative of the constituency.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter to me the person's I guess their beliefs do matter, but if you are representing a population,
Yeah.
the faces of the government should look like the people who give the power to the government.
But that wasn't enough to hold water for me with this particular election. And let me explain. So again, let me watch my language.
I think we've been rather clean this show, so I think we could slip one in here now.
They got
FCC ain't coming for us yet.
an element of black people.
Yeah.
And to her credit, man, bless her heart, solid, salt of the earth people. I know her descendants today, Leah Chase.
Right?
Congratulations.
That's family. That's
the
Chase
school,
anything, that's
the
family.
school was just named that.
Right? Still was. The Silverback School.
But the red partner clique in the city ain't all that Jack and Jill clique ain't always really represented New Orleans. They didn't represent it, maybe that community in New Orleans. And what
I think it's kind of unfair to say
let me finish.
Chase in that shit.
No,
though,
but
son.
let me finish.
All right.
Because my pa and my mama, excuse the line, I'm gonna use it. They fuck with Dutch hard. Dutch Moriel, Barack.
Are you
Martin
serious?
Luther King.
You telling me
Like-
who my pa
Yeah.
was in the administration? Like,
So-
yeah, right.
So
I get it.
Dutch white as these lights. Yeah. So,
But guess what? Dutch might have been
But
white as
hold
these
on.
lights, but
Dutch was a dog.
his philosophy and how he
Yeah.
laid it out. All right
Yeah.
then. All right
He
then.
might have well been Jerome Smith out here.
So
So yeah. So I had to, okay, if I'm gonna make it on race, I don't feel comfortable with that. So in this particular election, I really had to dig a little deeper.
all right.
JP Morrell came through in the legislature, 9 unanimous juries, and the Dozier. Understood.
All right.
After that, it was understood. I like that. I mean, one of them two gonna win. I'm going with him. Now, that's not about to translate to the things you can control on the city council level. But hey, that's what separates you. And what I'm talking about.
So I'm thinking about, all right, so the two instances that you just laid out for us, the non-unanimous juries and the decriminalization of Dozier. Right. All right.
No, he ain't go that far. And let me be clear. And I can't use certain words that I used about people last week.
All right.
But he ain't go far enough. And he trying to explain to me.
I don't think nobody go far enough.
He was trying to explain to everybody why he ain't go far enough with the legislation he proposed and ultimately got passed. Like I said, kudos.
So the reason,
But no.
So
we start the negotiation at where these white people
and
want
so
to start the
that's why I'm
negotiation.
saying, as long as you got people who are making billions of dollars off the same shit that put some of my silverback mentors' daddies in jail, or their older brothers, or their uncles or grandfathers in jail for whoever knows how long, the same shit, like none of y'all going far enough. None of y'all. And
Nobody.
I don't care if, you make
Nobody.
it completely legal for the rest until you go back in time and get
fix
them
it.
brothers and fix this
And
shit.
right the
Like,
wrong.
yeah, you got to do all that. So until all
He
that
ain't do
happens,
none of that.
so let's be clear that going far enough,
But she ain't do none of that either.
I don't think anybody would do that.
Nobody.
Nobody would do that.
So what's the best of the rest? What's the best of the rest? I'm gonna vote.
I mean, of course we are. Of course we are. I'm just thinking about what actions one prescribe the greatest long-term benefit for the people, and then cross-reference that idea with which of these is this person more likely to actually pull off and to have happen. So
neither one I'm talking about shit that they can actually do.
All right. So then you go back to, like I said, I will evaluate you on what have you done for the people before you got here. So you weren't elected to office, fine. You were a community organizer, you were an executive director, you were a nonprofit manager, whatever, fine. What did your nonprofit do? You were working with pregnant mothers. All right. How many of them did you make sure that they had healthy kids? How many of them did you make sure that they returned to healthy lifestyles once they had their kids? Like if you can't tell me what you did, then I'm not giving you. I'm not going to expect you to make all of a sudden just a 180-degree turn and now you committed to the people because now you're in office. So it don't work like that.
So I know the conversations I had with both of them before this election. Again, I worked for an organization operating in District C when KGP was representing that district. I lived in JP Morrell district.
All right.
For state rep,
all right.
Definitely state senate.
All right.
And it's chalk. It's chalk. And based on what I see in their record, is like I'm cherry picking little shit that I align with them on, because the stuff they running on don't, again, if you not slinging trash cans with whatever his name, Senator Torres, I don't want to hear your trash plan. I seen the RFP, the RFQ.
So there'll be some shit that's representative of the people.
I spent today reading the RFQ the city of New Orleans have to help monitor the short-term rentals. They spent half the debate talking about who the short-term renters. That ain't your job. That's Cantrell in the city. That ain't got nothing to do with you. So I can't judge you on this election with that shit. What it's coming down to is I would
beg to differ, Dave.
I'm not about to have two white women at the at-large seats. And when I look at Morrell versus KGP, when I look at what he did in the state legislature, okay, I can sign on with that. But it's the lesser of two evils, to be absolutely clear. It's the lesser of two evils. Or the lesser of two apathetic, blandest, this is what's wrong with politics.
That is
shit.
where people need to have an active participatory practice in politics. Like
this the practice we got though.
But I'm saying though, Dave, like
we ain't
getting nothing in return. I mean, if an elected official is using their elected time to concern themselves with functions and matters that their office gives them no jurisdiction over,
they're not using that time. They're using their campaign time. And
all right, so then that ain't telling people shit that they gonna do for them.
Exactly. That's my whole point. But that's the system we got. That's the system we got until somebody come in there again.
But when people do come in there like they're not taken serious, when people come in there with non-traditional, unorthodox approaches, Dave.
Mitch came in there, he blew it up. Cantrell came in there, she kept blowing it up.
Mitch came in there with a name, though, Dave. Like Mitch ain't just walking the door and people like, man, who is this dude, man? Like,
Big Play Ray came in there. He just played it for Big Play Ray.
Like, but he came in there with a name too. He he had to adjust for understanding that running city government wasn't like running a business. So that was his overall transition issue. But he still was the same big play Ray that came from Cox Cable. But he misunderstood who he was.
Big play Ray.
He ain't just come slide out the corner and people like, man, who is this man? Like he the man been running, like he gave us the new Cox Cable boxes, right? It's understood. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a tangible benefit that he provided for the people. So they weren't trying to figure out. Google didn't have to go question who came up with the cable boxes. Yeah. Right? Google didn't have to figure that out. Right? It was understood. It was understood. Like who office did we pass when you marching and Demi and you passed down Canal Street? So, you got to hire that big play rate. Right?
So this is then why I'm so interested in the at-large races, because I think the next mayor is going to come from this pool. This pool of people. Dog. Real talk.
I feel like the next mayor had already been decided.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like
I don't know. Unless you got something you want to say. You running?
And that means for sure it's not decided if I was running. But I just listening to, like when I'm around my pops and hearing people talk, you know what I'm saying, I just listen and
I don't know.
I just kind of feel like that shit is science still delivered, man.
And if it's you heard it here.
This is New Orleans.
If it's something,
this is New Orleans now.
If it's something I ain't hearing,
let's not.
I'm going full Noonie Man status.
Let's not be dumb.
You heard it here first.
It's not.
Yes, I'm out here.
But that's a non-traditional candidate.
Yes,
that's somebody who. So I don't have a single doubt that he would show up and his administration would be completely dedicated to making sure that the everyday man and woman in this city felt included and felt like they had a stake here. I have not a doubt.
And guess what? I am about to treat everybody like they're walking in the tuxedo shop for the first time. Your wedding, the most important one.
That's how it's supposed to go.
But guess what?
That's what's
happening. I'm starting a campaign right now. Let's just see what election fall in line. Now, and it's crazy, right? It's crazy. So, sheriff, first of all,
it's about to be some vomit going on.
No,
about to be some vomiting going on.
My language, I'm really having to really watch myself.
It's about to be so.
Sheriff Gussman.
going on, right?
Sheriff Gussman. Has this person been he been elected in office? Had to be since we was in high school, right? Like throwback to Moriel.
I wanna know your name.
I felt like I had an internship with this nigga when I was in high school.
Damn. This is not. I would like where this going.
The CAO
don't sound like this gonna end well.
It's not even sound like it end well. I'm just asking. And what do the sheriff do? How are you qualified to be the chief administrative officer of the city? And then you become the CFO of the city. And then you become the sheriff of the city for like 4 terms. And as the sheriff, they take the jail away from you. The jail. You the sheriff.
He didn't say a jail. He said the jail.
The jail. The one jail. And you the sheriff. Who running the jail if the sheriff ain't running the jail?
He wanted it to be bigger too.
And so then I was reading. So
he was mad that he couldn't make it bigger.
Criminal justice advocates apparently are supporting Hudson.
Yep.
And she makes a salient point. If You as Gusman want to have a 89-bed new extra jail
All right.
for
Which is to make up for the fact that he couldn't make the original
mental-
jail
yeah.
big as. All right, go ahead.
for the mental health support. The acute mental health concerns is what he called it.
That's what they say.
And then everybody knows that, like, you got a brand new jail. And
Very much so.
it's in 2015 you built this. And it's not equipped to handle mental health issues of not incarcerated people, arrested people. Why should we be listening to you? Like, you can't read? It's in,
The man said he's good at what he does, Dave.
which is what?
I don't do his job. So
The tents? Your tents are official. Let me put that in the street. So my name is David Durand. And we do the tuxedos. We work with schools sometimes. We have other organizations that we're associated with. The tent's official. Thank you. When we get the 25 by 25, the 50 by 50, y'all official.
Message.
That's not your job. That's not your job.
Well, his name on him, so
Yeah,
that's
but that's not your job. So
He probably would argue differently.
I don't understand
Yep.
how every criminologist, everybody who studied crime and poverty and mental health, all of these sociologists, they've all come to the conclusion that most of the people, one, you run a jail, not a prison. So most of the people who in your facility, innocent until proven guilty.
And in the transient state, so they're probably not going to be there.
And won't be tried.
Yeah.
Because they have underlying issues that will prevent them from contributing to their defense.
Mm-hmm.
So may have no criminal liability at all.
I'm spent.
And you going hard on the whole bonus jail for acute mental illness? Are you mentally ill? What are you talking about?
So I will go back to my previous statement. You will most likely find politics to be almost like sports. One of those you got to update your resume on a daily basis, right? So if you consider who Hudson was in her, in her position as the independent monitor,
Yeah.
right? The work that she did in allowing people to kind of have their grievances and their issues with law enforcement at least be heard in a respectable manner, and even justice to be, served for people in instances where law enforcement violated them. And she's carrying that into, this campaign for the sheriff position, Dave. Like I mean, how could you expect that to not have such the gravity that it does for the people?
That's on us, though. So until she get elected, until we elect her
right,
to that office, is no words to be said. Period. Because if he win, so let me be clear. Because a lot of people wanna dive into these numbers games, and this what I call, and like, whoa, yeah, you could start turning off the lights and everything, because I'm about to blow up the end of the show. I'm about to blow it up. I'm about to blow up the end of the show. So, if you don't vote, I don't have no words for you. So, early voting numbers came in larger than expected. Mm-hmm. The experts, y'all know what them experts look like on whatever commentary, on whatever network.
They ain't called me. I didn't get no phone calls.
Oh, they call me all the time.
None of that shit.
I go in, and we talked about how I go
but that's
in.
why they don't call me.
I go in.
I don't know.
Expecting
I wish they would, though.
23% of the electorate to vote in this election. 23%.
I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all.
So as we allow this type of shit to happen, I don't want no words. I don't want no words. And when they say 23%, they're talking about 23% of the electorate.
So
I know it's going to be more than 23% in District E.
But there's two sides.
I know.
There's two sides to the coin, though.
Ain't no.
There's two sides to the coin.
Vote and don't vote.
Right. There's two sides of the coin. There's two sides of the coin. Vote and don't vote. Right.
Period.
For the electorate.
Period.
There's two sides to the coin for the elected officials, too. There's two sides to that coin, period, as well. Because when these people vote for you and these people elect your ass, and you get you get into office, motherfucker, do what the people ask you to do. Don't try to get all pretentious and you want to try to come up with a new platform. Motherfucker, do what the people asked your ass to do.
And what I'm telling you is, if only 23% of the whole people I represent
Dave, you're not even
came out to vote.
He listening with his mouth. He ain't even trying to understand what's going on.
All right.
If you vote for this office and this person who you voted for gets in office and does the exact opposite of what you asked him to do, and then the next person comes and they ask you to vote for them and you vote for them and they do exactly the opposite of what you asked them to do, and then the next person does the same thing, how long are you going to stay in that posture and keep having this hope for these people who keep telling you that they're going to do something for you and do nothing, Dave?
That's the whole point I'm trying to tell you. I don't have hope for none of them. Until we get people voting, I don't have... You keep saying, okay, of the people that voted...
I'm saying it's a both and as opposed to an either or situation. Dave, you can't vote for people who have no responsibility to the people who voted for them. What's the point of that defeats the purpose of the whole platform falls flat on its face at that point.
So this is...
How do you hold people accountable?
This is the next... I'm setting up the next episode because we about to go off. I'm telling you, you're looking at it from a situation of the people that voted, more people voted for these things. And this is what I shall or should represent as an elected official. I'm telling you.
Not exactly, but all right.
I'm telling you, if only 23% of the people in this district vote, I don't give a fuck.
I understand
what none of y'all talking about.
I get it.
I don't care.
I get it. And what I'm saying is that perspective is allowed to happen because enough people have said, you know what? I hear what you're saying, but guess what? When it come down to it, and you as the elected official got to make a decision for some shit that's going to put money in your pocket or put bread on the table of this community, we have seen multiple times before people who look just like you, who tongues just as slick as yours, who suits just as nice as yours, they make decisions for shit that go in their pockets, not for these people. So at that point, I don't agree with it, but I understand why 23% of the people show up to vote because guess what they saying? Whether I vote for your slick talking ass or not, guess what you're going to do? You're going to decide to make a decision that's going to benefit you and not the people who voted for your slick talking ass. And all I'm saying is, as long as we are having all of this talk about people got to be responsible and show up to vote, absolutely. 100% I am in line with that. But 100% I am also in line with holding these people accountable once they get in office and they turn their back on the people, which is what they do more often than not. And so when the people have no recourse to hold these elected officials accountable, then they just withdraw from the process. And that may not be the correct posture to have, but that is why that shit happens.
The recourse is the election and the next election, but you do beg an interesting question. And
But
to be honest,
where's the threshold, Dave?
To be
because
honest,
if it's repetitive, and if your grandparents were saying the same things about elected officials doing something in a particular community that you are now saying to your children about elected officials doing in the same, that means somebody somewhere, a whole bunch of somebodies and a whole bunch of somewheres didn't do shit that they were supposed to do.
So I'm gone, and unless I'm a launch pad this shit to next episode because we got some shit to hash out, and let's see how the election hash out. So I'm saying the voting question begs a question about a situation that we involved in, education.
Mm-hmm.
I blow on niggas all the time. And again, that is.
Well, yeah, let it out.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
that time.
admonish people frequently about diligence in voting in every election.
Right.
I was also, and because I believe in that, right?
Right.
I believe,
as you should.
I believe education, have believed, is the great socioeconomic equalizer.
I'm all with it.
However, evidence may suggest otherwise.
Okay.
So, on a very micro level, you and I are exposed to both high-level corporate businesses, very localized small businesses that we could have pursued to have a different socioeconomic situation than going into the fields that we've chosen.
Right.
But we still commit to that. Just like I commit to go vote or don't talk. Yeah. Where is that then? Where is that? Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
nothing that I have said, and I want to be very clear about this. Nothing that I have said has been in any attempt to absolve people of their responsibility for participating in the civic process. All right,
Yeah.
I am in no way trying to provide an absolution from people detaching themselves from this process. But what I am also trying to do is heap all of the responsibility that's supposed to be on the shoulders of the people who, once these people do participate in this process and you don't give them what they expect, and then they turn around and participate for you again, and they don't get what they respect, and they participate for your ass again, and they don't get what they expect, and then they said, you know what, I'm gonna sit this one out. Don't say y'all didn't participate. Say we're clear that our turnaround and constantly saying fuck you is why that you have decided not to participate. So in order to get you to reengage, we gonna have to turn around and do some shit that is specifically beneficial to you and your people.
I'm saying,
and that ain't gonna happen.
I'm saying that
ain't gonna happen.
23% of people vote.
You're right. It ain't
me winning.
I get
60% of that vote.
But Dave,
which is about 13% of the population.
But check this out, Dave.
Ain't exactly a mandate.
If you won and you did some shit that people believed would never happen on their watch or on a to benefit them and their families. I'm
No
almost
question.
positive.
Yeah, you about
I'm
to be
almost
reelected.
positive.
You about to be reelected.
Reelected? You
Yes.
about to be a god.
Yes.
Right?
Which is why Cantrell and Moreno don't have no opposition. Cantrell was like, basically, I'm your auntie. And Moreno, bitch, weed in the N.O. You not getting slammed for weed in the N.O. I dare somebody to run against me. Cantrell was like, no Mardi Gras.
But listen.
It's over.
But listen, that shows you how much disinvestment has been heaped upon the people. That all it takes is something small.
That's not small.
Dave, Mardi Gras, having a Halloween
You forgot
parade. That's small, Dave.
everything Cantrell went through.
That's small, Dave.
You forgot everything Cantrell had to deal with.
I'm saying a Mardi Gras parade. That's small.
That's not
And
the only thing she had to deal
and
with.
if we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. Like,
Yeah.
she did kind of have to wade through the conversation of why the French Quarter never was,
saying-
barricaded and fenced up, and
I'm
the
saying-
spaces where most of the cultural stuff for our people it was, it was fenced up.
They got
That was
some
a
people-
discussion.
They got some people with some real money.
But see, I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about votes. I'm talking about people.
And some people who command some real votes who decided we not going to run a candidate against her. And with one of the at-large seats in particular, and you can look at both of them.
But if
They have
the people
serious
want it
candidates.
differently, it'll be different.
They have multiple candidates in one of those at-large races and not the other one. Want that candidate in that first at-large race? I dare you run. I'm the weed in New Orleans person. That's me. Period.
But see,
And
but see,
I will blow on somebody like Cantrell.
So you did she say that I'm going to get your sons and nephews who got weed charges out of jail?
That's not her prerogative.
You know what I'm
She
saying?
can't do that.
See what I'm saying?
But she can't do that. She did what she could do. She not the sheriff. She said from heretofore, nobody getting slammed for weed. The only way you get slammed for weed in the city is if you blowing outside and you get slammed for Joe smoking outside. That's how she feel. And that's it. That's what I'm running on. Just like Cindy Wynn. I'm hood, East, District E, Vietnamese, first and foremost, I dare nigga talk to. Period.
But see, Cindy Wynn ain't talking about like weed. That's not all. That's not the concern for her. She concerned
talking
about quality
East-
of
no,
life issues
She's
for
talking
the East.
about East property values. That's what she talking about.
All right.
She don't care about nothing else. She not running on no other issues.
Oh, she care about education. She care about community people service. She care about that.
Because of
She cares about
East
that shit.
property values. You don't hear nothing, say nothing about no one app. Because she know where her kids go.
Exactly.
And
That's
where
not-
all
that's-
her voters go.
That's not
The 12 and the
what you just said.
13.5%.
All her what?
The 13.5% that
All her
people
what?
live in the East.
Word starts with
Yeah,
vote
voters.
and ends with ers.
Yes.
So
13% of the
it
East.
start with vote and ends
That's
with ers.
all she
So,
need.
I'm saying. So what you're saying is
Property
that-
value
so
in
what,
the East.
so what you're saying is she brings to the table as an elected representative the issues that are sensitive to the people who she represents. So that's what you're saying she does. That's what she does.
Yes.
So
We agree on that.
for her people to continually push her up, they gonna participate for her because the shit that she does directly results in benefits for them.
So you saying those people should vote?
How many of her people don't come out to vote for her? Do her people
They
show up to
come
vote?
and vote.
Show's over.
And they make up 13% of
Show's
the
over.
East.
Show's over. But guess what? The 13% of the East that they make up.
But he can't take it.
The 13% of the
can't
East that she
take
makes
it.
that it makes up, she is representing their needs. So I don't give a shit. You represent the people needs, you doing your job. And that's more than we could say for a lot of people who got elected office in this city, in this state, in this country.
So
yeah, damn, Wu got the grab bag.
yeah.
So I guess that means
Yeah.
it's time to
So
go.
election will be over.
Right.
So
we lost an hour and still
yeah.
went off a whole hour.
Yeah. So Cantrell, Cindy Wynn, Moreno, done deal. We'll see what
Good luck to all the candidates and all the
man,
races.
I'm not saying good luck to all them niggas.
I ain't, man. You ain't. I'm not saying
nah.
nobody's name. I ain't been quoted
I'm
enough.
not saying. I'm saying
I ain't
who
been
I
quoted
know
enough.
gonna win.
Yeah.
Y'all do what y'all need to
Who
do.
I know is gonna win is me. Cause if you want me to say your name, you have to quote me.
And
Ain't nothing free. Sorry.
I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
I have this platform
I
now,
need some sunflower seeds or
and
ginger ale.
I'm gonna throw my It's time to throw my name back.
So you about to run. Like,
It's
let it
over.
go. Fuck
It's
it.
over, dog. It's over.